Look around you, the sky, the ground beneath your feet, the people passing by. What if none of it is what you think it is? What if your entire reality is a simulation? Tonight, we explore one of the most mind-bending theories ever imagined, the idea that our universe might be nothing more than advanced code. For centuries, humans have questioned the nature of existence. Philosophers asked whether the world is real or an illusion. But only recently has science stepped into this conversation. And surprisingly, some researchers believe a simulated universe isn't just possible. It might be likely. At the foundation of this theory lies a strange truth. The universe behaves like information. When scientists examine the smallest building blocks of matter, they find that particles pop in and out of existence, appear only when observed, and follow strict mathematical rules. These limits look less like the laws of nature, and more like the constraints of a programmed system. Quantum physics revealed something unexpected. Reality appears to be pixelated. There is a smallest possible unit of space and a smallest possible unit of time. Nothing can be divided infinitely, just like the pixels on a screen. Zoom in far enough, and the picture breaks into tiny discrete pieces. To many, this suggests one thing: our universe may function exactly like a digital environment. Then there are the so-called glitches, moments that feel too strange, too perfect, or too impossible. People experiencing identical coincidences, patterns repeating in ways that defy probability, reality bending in subtle but noticeable ways. While skeptics call these cognitive biases, simulation theorists believe they're evidence of a system correcting itself or struggling to render complexity. But the deepest part of the theory centers on consciousness. If the mind is a form of information processing, then consciousness itself might be software. And if that's true, our bodies, our experiences, even our memories could exist within a vast computational structure. Some propose that advanced civilizations, perhaps far beyond our understanding, could easily simulate entire worlds, not as entertainment, but as experiments, historical recreations, or ways to study consciousness. In this scenario, we might be characters inside a cosmic research project. Others take it further. Maybe every universe is simulated, stacked inside an endless chain of programmers creating simulations within simulations. But would we ever be able to prove it? Some scientists believe we might. They argue that if our universe has limits, like maximum speed, maximum energy, or a grid-like structure, these could be signatures of a programmed reality. Others have proposed searching for error-correcting codes embedded in the laws of physics. And strangely enough, tiny fragments of such mathematical structures have appeared in certain equations of quantum theory. Does that mean someone left fingerprints in the code of reality itself? Of course, critics argue that the simulation hypothesis is untestable, that it's interesting, but ultimately just science fiction. They claim the quirks of physics are simply misunderstandings, that coincidences are coincidences, that consciousness is biological, not digital. Yet the idea persists, not because people want fantasy, but because our universe acts so strangely, so precisely, and so mathematically, that many feel a simulation is the simplest explanation. If we are living in a simulation, the big questions remain. Who built it? Why? And what happens if the simulation ends or changes? Are we here to learn, to be observed, to evolve, or are we simply entertainment in someone else's universe? We may never know the answers. But the more we study the universe, the more it behaves like a system designed with intention. Maybe the truth isn't hidden. Maybe we're just living inside it. So what do you think? Are we living in a genuine universe, or just someone else's simulation? Share your theory in the comments. And as always, stay curious.